Never ever use the bathroom while on a plane. Just as the woman was about to settle in, the plane started shaking, and in the next second, when she woke up again, she was instantly petrified by the scene before her. The entire plane had completely disintegrated, ice strewn all around. Not far away, a young woman was still struggling, but the moment Jenny reached her, the woman died. Jenny was terrified and hurried to find other survivors. Luckily, amidst the wreckage, she found Paul with just a few ribs broken. To avoid freezing, they quickly took cover in the remains of the plane. Early the next day, Paul suggested they must leave the icy tundra promptly, fearing they'd turn into ice sculptures by nightfall. However, Jenny believed they should wait for rescue in place. Paul felt insulted by what he saw as an affront to his already less than stellar intellect and decided to venture out alone. Barely had he left when Jenny followed suit. They had to escape this dreadful snow mountain before dark. As expected, the director probably arranged for some mishap after a mere 200+ kilometers. They were blocked by a cliff. Returning was now impossible in time. They had to climb down, but soon they encountered a new problem. There was no path forward. Stranded on a steep cliff, the man and woman found themselves at a dead end. The man threw his backpack over the cliff edge and then leaped down, causing the woman to immediately post emoticons in the comments section. Soon, Paul's voice echoed from below the cliff. Turns out he had managed to save himself using a large tree as a cushion. He urged Jenny to jump onto the branches. Faced with a towering cliff, Jenny hesitated for just over 2 hours before finally jumping down as well. Thankfully, with your protection in the comments, both of them emerged unscathed. With no time to rest, they had to leave before the storm hit. Paul spotted a cave not far away, but Jenny couldn't hear what he was saying. When she turned her head, an avalanche struck, burying her in the snow instantly. Paul, who had miraculously survived, rushed out of the cave. Following Jenny's voice, he began to dig with his bare hands. Just as Jenny was nearing her end, Paul finally found her. He dragged Jenny into the cave. Adversity reveals true feelings, and in the cave, Paul expressed his affection to Jenny. After a brief rest, they embarked on their survival journey once more. After a grueling trek, they finally reached a valley. Paul went forward to assess the situation and spotted a small river not far away. Following the river, they believed they could soon find their way out. However, it was precisely at this moment that the unexpected occurred. The man had only intended to explore the edge of the mountain, but in an unfortunate slip, he tumbled down the cliff. Seeing what happened, Jenny hurriedly descended the mountain to search for him. Fortunately, Paul had only broken a downsing ribs and had no other serious injuries. Jenny quickly performed a basic first aid and then assisted Paul as they continued their journey. However, as they walked, Paul began to cough up blood. In order not to slow Jenny down, he insisted she go find help first and come back for him later. After ensuring Paul was as comfortable as possible, Jenny ventured alone deeper into the jungle. Just then, a husky dressed as a wolf appeared. Jenny immediately fled. But how can a person outrun a wolf? As expected, Jenny was soon cornered up a tree by the husky. With no way out, she fought desperately. She used a stick to fend off the husky and then wrapped her coat around her hand. When the husky lunged, she fought back fiercely. Jenny endured the pain, picked up a small piece of glass, and stabbed at the husky with all her might. It must be said that Jenny was incredibly brave. After a downsing blows, the wolf finally succumbed. After an unknown amount of time, Jenny finally sought a road. Overwhelmed, she collapsed. When she woke up again, she found herself in a hospital. Having been rescued by kind-hearted people, Jenny immediately inquired about Paul's condition. Unfortunately, when the rescue team found him, he had already left this world. He left a note for Jenny, hoping she would live her life to the fullest.